All right, we are going live. Alrighty. The girlfriend is going to bring me in some lunch at some point that she's ordered, but we will go ahead and just power through this thing. We're going to do it. We're going to do about 2 hours worth of streaming. I got my door open. No need for that. Alrighty. Ugh. Okay. So we are going to start out with the convention, not the convention, the concert, the concert experience, because, you know, I haven't been to a show in a while.
Talking about the conventions, I think TrodCon is happening right now. Like
it is
this weekend or whatever.
Yeah, TrodCon is.
It's just so wild to me to acknowledge that the conventions are happening. The pandemic is still isn't over, and the conventions are already happening. That's like wild to me.
They have an incredibly stringent vaccination policy, as far as
I don't care about that. I don't care about that. If you run a convention, if you attend a convention, you're a dumb asshole.
Oh,
that's my point.
I got you. I can respect that.
Once the pandemic is over, you are just free to do whatever you want, but it's not over yet, so fuck you.
Yeah. I want to say I went to a convention this summer, but we were vaccinated and we wore masks and we didn't go and like hang out with anybody or whatever, and it was pretty small, but I just wanted to get out. I just, you know, it was pretty dumb though. I'm not going to deny that for sure. So, yeah. Is TrodCon big? I don't even know if it's that big. Like, I don't know what the attendance looks like.
It's like the biggest one after BronyCon, now that the BronyCon is gone.
Attendance was,
I think it's relatively big.
Attendance was 600.
2010? Wait.
In 2019.
I don't know.
Oh, that sucks. Blacksmith Daisy over here. I'll be there next year. You did not know what was going to happen. He didn't know.
Knew back in the day. Anyways, back to the concert.
Yes, we're doing. This is a concert that took place on November 18th, 2021. I know that dates probably are all backwards for you.
Yeah, it's like 18 months in a year. What?
So Shadow of Intent, Malediction, and apparently we've got a Wall of Death. So we're gonna get the concert experience right here. So let's do it.
To specify exactly that part, because like there's a special like super secret. Unless it's clickbait, you know? Right?
All right, let's check it out. Oh, I've got the wrong speakers queued up. Let me do that.
Okay. We're gonna try something here. You guys right there, split this fucking room apart. Come on.
That was it. They were doing that at the very beginning. No. I'm pretty sure it's not the beginning of the set, but like the beginning of the song.
We started appropriate for our last song, but you guys absolutely fucked yourselves up. This is Malediction.
The cats come in and out pretty freely. I was muted. man, fucking J-Doggon is got a hello, Reyes Rafael. But we're J-Doggon actually got probably one of the better Wall of Death videos that I've seen. Most Wall of Death videos are like, you know, for some weird angle or whatever, or like it would be showing mostly the back of this dude's head or some shit like that. But yeah, it was a good video. He did really, really well. He's really riding the shit out of that bell. Ding, 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 ding. It's awesome.
Cool. Of course.
What is it?
A chorus, I guess. Well, it sounds like a chorus.
Yeah.
It's like that was a very long build up to this chorus, and that like release part sounded pretty good. So like I enjoy when the music it does not stop at like one or two chords, when it just builds up to something where like the song structure has the proper development, like when it has the right amount of tension and it releases into something like musically correct and desirable, you know?
Yeah. Where it has, it's got a proper build up. It's kind of like I relate, you know, build ups, choruses, breakdowns, all that. I relate it to kind of like storytelling, where you'll have your exposition and then it'll have your building conflict, and then it'll have your climax, and then your resolution.
Exactly.
And yeah, it's kind of like storytelling where you have multiple arcs going on. You know, you don't want to have, like, if you do like a dubstep structure where you'll have your intro, and then you'll have your build, and then your drop, and then you'll have your resolution into the next, where it just repeats over again. That's like 90% of dubstep structures or song structures. And, you know, metal gets a little bit more varied than that. But it's basically the same thing, where you've got, you know, exposition, building conflict, then your drop. You know, you got your breakdown or your chorus or whatever you got going on. So, yeah. That's actually really interesting. I've never seen like an ozone china like that, where it's got all the holes drilled in it. It doesn't seem to change the sound very much. It sounds, you know, like a china. So that's a little weird. I wonder what the benefit to having those holes drilled in it. Because I had an ozone crash. Well, I mean, I don't know what else to call it. You know, a holy, you know, whatever. But with Sabian, the brand is called Ozone. So I just call all symbols that have holes in them Ozone, you know, symbols.
Cheese-like holes.
Yes, the cheese-like symbol. So he's got a Swiss symbol over here, and that looks kind of like my Ozone B8. And the cool thing about those is that they sound like a china, but they've got a really long decay. So, you know, like a china is mostly, for the most part, is usually just like a really short, like a psh. But yeah, these are, it's like psh, a very, very, you know, staticky kind of sound, a very huge sound. But it's got a long decay. I hope we all caught that very short-lived blast beat right then. It sounds like they're playing is some kind of synth. I'm not picking it up. There's some kind of synth going on in there, but I don't see it on camera. I wonder if it's just like they're playing along to a show, or not a show, but they're playing along to like a track.
That's totally possible. If the drummer has a backtrack and a metronome going to his like ear monitoring or something like that, it's likely they are just all synced to like a backtrack or something like that. So there may be a synth. Like I assume there is no synth, but like it's just the second guitar and like overall like the musical part of the rhythm section, like the rhythm guitars, the solo guitars, the bass, like everything is just well hidden in this like in the haze.
Yeah.
And because like the drums are clearly the only thing that is audible in here. So like there might be a lead guitar somewhere that sound like a synth in this situation, but like I'm not entirely sure about that.
That is true. It could be a guitar with a pedal effect. That is for sure.
Right. I also like that moment when like the chorus started, but there were only the guitars and the bass playing, like no drums or something like that. So like, and then like 2 bars into the chorus, the drum stepped in and just hit with more power than it would hit otherwise. You know, like how to say this? So like it the drum just paused for a few bars and then unleashed all hell, and the impact was so much stronger than it could be if the drums played along since the beginning of the chorus.
Yeah, I think it wasn't quite a breakdown, but there was a break where there was just like, it was just vocals, where it was everything was dropping out, and then it came back with that super furious blast beat. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That was awesome. These guys are pretty good. Shadow of Intent, are they like a big deal? I don't think I've ever heard of them. 2013 as a Halo-themed studio project. That's awesome. They have not signed a label and released their albums independently. That's based as fuck. That's pretty neat. Let's keep it going. Yes, J-Dog God getting it.
He threw the stick!
Saw he threw the stick. He threw the other stick.
And another one!
I'm moving myself, but I was always nervous about throwing shit into the crowd because knowing my luck, I would catch the one person that's not really quite paying attention, and I just like hit them in the face.
It was like that movie The Drummer, I think, where like damn it. Okay, so like the drummer just like threw a stick and like just knocked out some person in the room, or I don't know.
Oh shit. Hey, sometimes metal can be messy, so it happens, I guess.
Don't remind me of Dead Clock.
Yeah.
The drummer said, "Fuck you."
This
Something
guy
tells
right
me
up here.
something tells me they clearly played another song after that one.
They probably did. No, I don't know of any band that has ever, like, you know, that's put on a show like this and had the crowd chant one more song or encore or whatever. I've never seen a band not play, you know, at least one more.
I've seen once.
Oh, really? They just go, "Oh, that's awesome, guys," but no.
They played like their set was like, I don't know, 35 minutes long, so like a very short set. What's the band called? I forgot again. Hold on.
Drumstick through the eye, best souvenir. That is, yeah.
Trying to find my own video on my own channel, and I can't find it.
I like this. Look, somebody lost their keys. That's awesome. This dude up front, he's looking all right now, but he was not having a good time. It didn't look like. He looked afraid, yet horny. When the dude was up here and he had his foot on the angled monitor and he was right in front of him, the gal that he's with was having a great time. Was just like, yeah, and he was like, he looked stoned as fuck.
We'll never know.
We will never know unless we investigate. Which one? This is the one we just saw.
Nothing followed.
Oh, nope. They did not play one more song. Wow.
Okay. Well, maybe they did, but like J-Dagon did not record it. I don't know.
Alrighty. So that was Shadow of Intent Malediction live at in whatever. I passed my English exam. Heck yeah. Oh, nice.
Cool.
Alrighty. We're moving on to Thrasher. He had special feelings for that vocalist. It certainly appeared so. It looked like there was he was experiencing a complicated range of emotions. But we are moving on to another Thrasher song.
That's a short interlude in the album.
All right, so let's check this one out. This is Thrasher Eject _. I detect Blast beats. This is a little bit more chaotic than I think normal Thrasher is. Like this seems to be going through a very seems to be oscillating between different beats pretty quickly, different riffs, and it's it's pretty neat. It's got a pretty neat sound to it. It also sounds like it's different than I think what we've heard before. This is clearly jazz, not grind. True. It's a little grindy, maybe a little bit. It's got some elements of grind, but I guess, kind of like guitars and drums, those are,
Bass.
Yeah, a bass, that's
blast
grindcore.
beats.
It seemed to, it's got blast beats and everything, but it seemed more like kind of, it had kind of like the chaos of like some of the less radio play like new metal bands, and then it also had some elements of groove, but it was pretty neat. It's just a really interesting guitar tone, and it's like, it's kind of crusty. In the tone and in the delivery and the structure it was pretty neat. A nice little interlude from the False Code album. Neato. It's just core. I thought, if I remember correctly, core is pretty much defined by like two-step drum beats and breakdowns. I'm pretty sure, in my mind, that's what defines core is a lot of like punk rock elements, and then like huge giant breakdowns with just open palm muted shit, that kind of shit. Oh great, I lost one of my lights again. I don't know what's wrong with this fucking thing, but it sucks. I don't know what happened to it. It just doesn't really work right anymore. Anyway, short song, short review. That was Thrasher, eject _ regurgitation of le shit. I wonder if it's gonna make me log in. There we go. Oh no, there it is. So we've got here the CNF. Wonder what that stands for. Central nervous fluid. I don't know. Let's check out this instrumental really quick and see what we're working with. I think we were adding in like synth instruments the last time we checked in, so let's check it out. Jesus titty fucking Christ, it's loud. Okay, let's try it again. No, it's too quiet. the Gargod Try to Crashy tunes here. It's kind of like that. It's got, some Crashy tunes vibe to it. But that was a pretty cool little break, and then a step down into the triplet, 4/4 beat there. That was pretty neat. I liked that. That was good. I'll be the dollar store Johnny Sins, and then Gargod can be the dollar store Crashy tunes. There we go. We're all just cheap knockoffs of good people. Talented folks, I guess. I don't know. I think for what it is,
there was a bass at the very end. It played one note. Yeah. I think they're like, "Oh, guys, I just woke up. Hold on, wait for me. I'm gonna play with you. Okay, here goes. Here, okay, one note. Like,
yeah, I think for what it is, like whenever we're talking about these weird kind of like, he said it wasn't Guitar Pro last time, but it sounds like Guitar Pro, so I'm gonna just go with that. But like
last time he just straight up like converted MIDI to MP3 or something like that. This time he used something different, I guess, because like it sounds different from what we've heard last time.
It's the whole point that I'm getting at is that whenever it's like this style or like this level of production or whatever, I think that 1:49 is entirely too long. I think I think it's too long, and it's got to be incredibly progressive. That there was a couple of times where we had like a main riff or like a repeating passage, and that doesn't resonate with my taste, especially when it's something as highly experimental as this, where I say it's experimental, but it's not using your typical grindcore production, with guitars and all that bullshit. But it's a neat structure. It's a neat little project. I feel like this would get an idea off the ground. I'm not so sure that this is a finished product, though. It is coming along, though. It is neat to watch Gargod evolve like this. But, yeah. So that would be, short song, short shit. Same method, but I exported the instruments separately and then mixed everything on Mixpad. I gotcha. Yeah, because Guitar Pro, I'm not sure you can like recreate the reverb that we had in Guitar Pro without like mixing it on some kind of third party. Snowy Blue, Miss P. This is like hoof with a Miss P in the middle. I don't think we've had a Snowy Blue song before. I think we had like kind of like an intro thing the last time.
Yeah, I think it was the introduction to his album he was working on, I think.
Yes, and then he said this is the debut single. I'm sorry. I always find it to be hilarious whenever somebody feels the need to not only credit themselves, but credit themselves multiple times. When you could just list all of these things, I guess. When you could just say, music and video is by me, and then the cover art is by this person. I just think that's funny. No shade. I've done it before. I feel like everybody's done it before, but anyway. So we're checking out Miss P by Snowy Blue. Let's check it out. Bouncy. He did it in the video as well.
Because no one reads descriptions anyway.
That is true. That is true. Made by Hideo Kojima. Yeah. Produced by.
You make it easy for me to love you. You're the easiest one in the world to talk to.
I like how we have the kind of lo-fi beats, whatever the fuck, to chill to or whatever. I like how we have that sound, but we also have got kind of like the grainy aesthetic on top of all of that as well. This is a really good arrangement. Like, just having that pairing of the aesthetic is pretty fucking good. That's great.
There ain't no
Also Cocoa Butt. We're going to mention that too.
mistaking the things you do. Yeah. Every day you whisked me away to some wonderland, showed me things I didn't really understand.
Wait, I have like... Nope, that's the wrong word. Wisp. A small, thin, or twisted bunch, piece, or amount of something. Okay. Look at that. It is origin uncertain, perhaps related to whisk. So, that the more you know. I thought, because when it, the usual word that you would say is, take or move someone or something in a particular direction suddenly and quickly, whisk me away. So, but apparently it says it might be related to whisk, so it's technically or not wrong, I guess. Every day you wisp me away. I've never heard that before, but there you go.
But it was off.
Not gore grind. We should be in snowy blue.
Fine and dandy, you're the sweetest candy. Got cavities, and when I'm with you, the world defies gravity. Nothing in the world but just me and just you. I find myself rereading every text that you sent to me. Struck with an arrow, now I'm bound to you, essentially. You will always define us with your snips and cuts.
Wait,
You saw
wait. I don't think the screen matched the lyrics.
No, I noticed that it didn't seem to be following along.
Okay.
But it looks like we just have this.
Odd.
So this is kind of a, I don't know, he's like highlighting these particular lyrics, maybe, because then the lyrics go off the screen.
Okay.
And then there's no lyrics at all anymore. So, wow, I guess we'll have to use our ears.
No. I mean, like it's not like comprehensible and such. So like, it's not like mumble rap,
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
together, and I'll forever be grateful. I'll be loyal, and I'll be forever thankful. Yeah. You stole my heart. You stole my heart. You stole my heart. You stole my heart. Reminisce on the old times we used to talk.
Now that's a change.
It was a change. Is this all one song? Or does it... Oh, lyrics first half and then second half. So I would assume that it's kind of like a two-part track maybe.
Okay.
But even then, I feel like in this first half, I feel like that snare drum might be a little it's incredibly aggressive. It seems like an aggressive sound compared to like what we're the sound that we're going for, or like the
I think
theme.
that applies like to the drums like overall. They feel like a little bit out of place because of how aggressive, how impactful they are in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
I think that could have worked with some like different mixing, like even more aggressive impact and like impression with tighter, like much tighter like bass line, much more how do you say this, confident delivery of a bass line and the synth. So like it could be a proper contrast between the aggressive drums and like rhythm section, and then that soft and mellow synth, then the lyrics and that like white static noise like over the top of that. It could be like a very cool and nice like contrast. It could work, but the way it is mixed now, maybe it's the sample choice, maybe it's the mixing, maybe like the performance on the instruments like overall, it does not quite work here right now. It sounds good, but it still feels a little bit out of place, like a little bit odd for the first part.
Mm-hmm.
I
agree.
I like the voice delivery though. It's like it's very simplistic, kind of has that like lazy vibe, and it's processed pretty well to my taste. Like it may be like not 100% perfect, but it's much better than some other tracks we've heard in the past, like from like you know, the microphones that catch all the room reverb, like all the reflections and all that. This is much better, and like he had those backing vocals panned properly and processed. It sounded like well mixed. Nothing was distorting anything or just, you know, not working together. So like the balance between the main vocals and the backing vocals was pretty nice. So yeah, the first part was okay.
All right, now we're into part 2. It is just now. What's it called? It's just now, you know, clicking with me that it's Coco Pamel. So Miss P. Pamel. Okay, so we got that. All right. Anyway.
Reminisce on the old times we used to talk. Our lovers run dry with no orders and no stock. How did things get to be like this? Debating if I should just keep trying or just give into it. I wanna be on the floor with no pose, wishing I can go back and change those things that I chose. You were always the finest with your snips and cuts. You snipped my heartstrings, snip them. Now I'll never be grateful. You sewed my broken heart together.
Okay, what is this guitar doing? Is that a guitar? I hear this bass, the bass kind of noodling around, I guess you could call it. The drums are very muffled, you know, they're cut off, so you're just getting just low end kind of, you know, boom, boom, boom. And then you got the bass guitar.
If it's the acoustic guitar, because like it sounds like a mandolin or a banjo to me from what I've heard. Like those several notes sounded a little bit out of key in relation to the bass line, and like
right.
I'll never be
Play it again just real quick.
Rings, snip them. Now I'll never be grateful. You sewed my broken heart together, just so you can unwind it again. Just so.
Yeah, it's very out of
so
key.
Easy for me to love you. You're the easiest one in the world to talk to. There ain't no mistaking the things you.
Maybe it's the ukulele.
Did.
Honestly, I can't tell. It doesn't sound. It doesn't sound like an acoustic guitar to me. It sounds more like a smaller like string instrument or something like that.
Yeah, like one of the maybe at most a short scale guitar. You know, I don't know what the short scaled guitars like length is or whatever, but they make like 18-inch acoustic guitars instead of like the full 24-inch.
I think it's a uke.
It might be, but even then, whatever instrument it is, it's out of key. I'm like watching my tabs, trying to figure out maybe I'm playing a sound on top of it because it doesn't seem to go along with the key or the timing at all. It just seems to be a little bit random.
Problem is that I hear that too.
That is true. But man, that's
okay,
something.
That guitar is taken away a lot. Like if it could be in key with everything else, it would work like perfectly. Because like at times when there are no lyrics, no vocals, that like drony bass like that is like underneath everything, and the drums that are completely muffled, it feels like some incomprehensible stuff. But then the vocals come in, and that like the clarity and the way they are processed and the delivery of them mixed with that, again, static white noise, this feels like a perfectly balanced contrast between like completely muffled instrumental and that like lazy like what's it called, like lo-fi vibes,
Yeah.
and the vocals on top of that. That is perfect. And then that guitar or the ukulele melody adds like too much chaos to it. It does not vibe to that. It's like chilling with your friends on a party, and then there's just one dude who just brings the ukulele and hey guys, let's just have fun, and like starts playing random notes, and everyone just keep vibing there, and he just does not get that vibe, you know?
Yeah.
That's the impression I get.
Yeah, it's... I don't really... Yeah, I don't vibe with it.
Maybe he wanted to add that like semi-chaotic element to it, but I'm not sure if it was like necessary in the first place.
Right. I think that you're right. The contrast between the muffled drums and then the clear vocals was enough there. But anyway.
Stole my heart.
Okay. There's a lot wrong with everything. Like the first 2 minutes was great. It was good. I feel like the drum samples that were used were a little aggressive, but it was good. And then it went south so fast. It just kind of nosedived out of nowhere. And this whole second half, it just seems to be discordant sounds. I don't think that really anything is tying anything together, because the bass sounds like it's off time with the muffled drums, and then the guitar seems to just be doing, or guitar uke or whatever, seems to just be doing whatever it wants to, and then the vocals came in, and those vocals didn't really not good. It seemed to be trying to harmonize, but it didn't, harmonize properly.
Stole my heart.
So I assume that would be the lead into the next track, but it's not like he's got a bad tone in his voice. Nope. It was just, I
want to assume that he was like aiming for that chaoticness in the second half, because like for the most part, even the second half of the track was pretty nice, if you don't count the ukulele and the vocals like being also off key in the very last part.
It would have been a perfectly fine arrangement, but it wasn't executed well. It just seemed to be random. I didn't really, yeah. Well, that was Snowy Blues, Miss P. You have any more thoughts on it? Because I'd have to really dive into this to like diagnose the problems that I encountered in the last minute and 40 seconds.
I think I said enough.
Okay.
Well, if I want to like keep nitpicking,
that's what it sounds like. Magic Pink Horse in chat says boy be tuning his uke during recording session. That's what it sounded like.
Problem is it not only it sounded out of key, it also sounded out of tune. You know, like in relation to the other key, it sounded out of tune.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like some notes were off. So yeah, if I keep nitpicking, I'm looking at this pony art, and I feel like the artist drew the tail coming out of her butt. Well,
it does look like a one of those tail butt plugs or whatever. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
They didn't. There's what is it called? At the end of a horse's spine, they have. I think they call it a dock. I think that's the common the.
I don't know the word like the English word for it. I know the Russian word for it, and like I know what it's called, and I know what it is. But like so many artists, they make they just like keep making this mistake and drawing tails growing out of inappropriate places, you know.
Yeah. So yes, it is called the dock, and you are correct. There are plenty of artists that seem to miss this part where there is no. They need to. They've missed the dock. They forget the dock, and it goes straight from butthole to tail. You know the meme about Coco? I am unfamiliar with the meme about Coco. I know lots of Coco memes, but feels disconnected from the overall. I don't know.
Anyways, yeah, I'm just nitpicking because, like I said, nothing about the track. It was good, if not for some elements. It's
not unsalvageable garbage.
It could use some additional work. It could use some additional work here and there on this and that.
This is his first track, though, so it's not like the worst shit I've ever heard for a first track. Not gonna lie.
It's much better than some stuff we've heard on this on these streams, like in the past. Let me say this out loud right now. This song is like 10 times better than the one with the cruiser ship saxophone. You know.
Which one is that?
Like some thrash metal band, I don't know, where there was like a sudden cruiser ship.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Vocalist doing a falsetto and trying to do with a solo guitar and those like pretty awkward things.
That was a really good one. Yeah, I liked that one. That was a good time.
And now for something completely different.
True. We got Bloodlast, Dial K for the kill.
Okay,
I listened to
that's a new song.
I listened to quite a bit of Bloodlast.
Right when I had to get off my dad's health insurance.
My God. Yeah, I would listen to quite a bit of Bloodlast this week. And so, yeah, I've been enjoying the shit out of that one song that I can't remember the name of, but there was amazing. Okay, let's try it. Dial K for the kill. God, their intros are so strong. They're just so, it slams so hard. It's got really heavy impact. This mix is fucking phenomenal. I just love it, man. A good sounding bass guitar right then. I've been listening to Bloodlast since last stream, and their stuff is amazing. Ooh, I mean, for real though, like unironically, they're so fucking good. I mean, it's actually incredible. I'm really glad to have been exposed to them. Anyone, whatever it took, in this world of hatred, that feels like a prison cell. They used to call me the Iceman. The devil himself. Toil day for the kill. My demons will be released. My twisted smile will be the last thing that you will see. That you will see before becoming deceased. It's a really neat style of vocals too, where I can't quite put my finger on what is so different about it, but it's very not American, that's for sure. But there's still enough variance in it to make it really interesting. We've got highs and we've got gutturals, we've got mids, we've got all of this stuff going on, and it still is just so different and so fresh and new. It's really difficult to make screaming fresh and new, because
you don't hear that very often in the United States, I guess.
True. I mean, it is true. In the United States, like the screaming that you hear from like any American deathcore, death metal, any American band, it just seems like everybody's got the exact same style of screaming, and there's no depart from that. And so this, I assume that you're saying that because it's pretty common where you're at. But yeah, I don't hear this kind of screaming very often. Whatever style this is or whatever, I can't quite put my finger on what's so different about it, to be honest. It just sounds different. It's got a different texture to it.
Deceased. The gun isn't fun enough. It will be really nice to fit you to rats. We'll feel this different kind of snuff. So everyone enjoys your last breath. In this world of hatred, like a prison cell. They used to call me the Iceman. I'm the devil himself.
I do like these passages here that are really chill. They use like extended notes and like chords and that kind of shit. And they're like chill, but they retain all of the same aggression, the slamming drums, the screamed vocals and all that. It's really interesting, the way that is arranged. I like it a lot. It's a really good composition throughout those passages. was a super sweet fucking bass guitar solo. It seemed like, I guess that I would safely call it a bass guitar solo. That was so cool. The transition from, you know, the screamed vocals and all that into like this kind of clean guitars with this, you know, bass guitar just absolutely just crushing it. Amazing. Really, really cool. I've never quite heard a tremolo pedal be used that way before, but it was super, super cool. That was fucking awesome. The way it would chop in the rhythm guitars would chop in the background while the lead guitar was just crushing it. Just really cool. Really, really neat application of tremolo right there.
Loyalty for the kill. My demons will be released. My twisted smile will be the last thing that you will see. Before becoming diseased.
Jolly good show. I don't really know if I have like much else to say about it. It's just good. You know, this Bloodlast is pretty amazing. I'm really, really impressed with pretty much everything that I hear from them.
I wonder if you subscribe to a topic channel, do you get like notifications of it? Like from the same way you get notifications from the regular channels, or like I'm not sure how that part of YouTube works.
I have no idea. I guess it will let you know if there are new playlists or something. I don't know. I will test it. I'm gonna subscribe and ring the bell and see what happens, and I will report back. Ride a draft. I'm sorry. I need to click off that. So, okay. So that was Bloodlast. dbPony.
Back to horses.
Yes, back to horses. I don't think I've heard. Oh god!
It just starts.
I don't think I've heard a dbPony song in a while.
I have never heard of dbPony, so I don't know.
The only time I've played, actually the one time that I've heard a dbPony song here and there, but the one time I like really heard a dbPony song was I want to say he played an acoustic set during the first Mayhem at right after BronyCon.
All I know is that dbPony's pretty old in the fandom.
Yeah,
and that's all I know. So yeah,
he's been around for a while, and I want to say he does like super super high energy pop punk type of shit, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Yes.
Being patient. I'm just letting you know I'm running out to the car and getting some cigarettes and stuff, but I'm not gonna go into work till after we do our Christmas thing tonight.
Okay.
That way we can. They didn't say what time I had to be there. They only said I had to be there like 2 hours.
Oh, well, good. Okay.
He's in the
Hey,
chat.
look at that! Bloodlast is in chat. No way. Well, we are incredibly impressed by Bloodlast music. It's actually really good. I don't think I've heard anything from Bloodlast that I didn't like. And I said all of that before Bloodlast showed up in chat, so you know that I'm not just jerking them off because they're here, okay?
True.
Wouldn't that be something if I was like, man, this Bloodlast band fucking sucks. They're fucking trash. And then they fucking show up in chat. Hey, thanks for the review. And I was like, oh my god, I love you. You're the most amazing ever.
Yeah, we're not doing this here.
No. Anyway, so we are checking out this dbPony song. This is called Intuition. Let's check it out. I don't know what
You
it is.
said it was like high energy pop punk. This is like very high energy.
Yeah,
I did not
it might have
expect
been
it.
an understatement. The guitars are I don't know what it is about the guitars, but I'm having trouble detecting like anything with the guitars. I mean, I hear that the guitars are there, and I can hear the general melody of the guitars, but I can't really pick up anything. Like it's not very clear. It seems kind of muddy, maybe a little bit. The tone of it seems to be taking away from like the clarity of the guitars.
I blame the vocals for it. Like the vocals are clearly like on top of everything, on the front of everything. So it was supposed to be mixed that way, like with the guitars and the rhythm section in the background and the vocals in the foreground. So it's a very tight and high energy mix. I wouldn't say it's a problem to like not being able to distinguish the guitars out of the mix, but like
Probably, yeah. In like a genre specific,
just let
whatever
it
you're talking
go.
about.
Just let it go with the flow, you know.
The guitars are the only weird part for the song for me. Yeah, because the vocals. This is everything that I've heard from dbPony. This is the type of vocals that he does. Kind of high pitched, quick delivery, and yeah, it's just kind of he's really wild with the vocals. He really gets down through there, as it were.
For now, it sounds to me like some like borderline post-hardcore screaming. I don't know, something like that, like almost screaming, but not quite there.
Right. That was a pretty common thing whenever you're talking about like late 90s, early 2000s pop punk, stuff like Green Day, not Green Day, stuff like Newfound Glory and Sum 41, and those type of pop punk bands. That was a really common thing. Was like it was a mixture between singing but also yelling it at the same time, where it was like it was a really loud, very aggressive delivery, so it would come off as kind of a scream.
I think I only know like one or two Sum 41 songs. Does Rise Against sound any similar to that?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I know what you're talking about. So yeah, I get it.
All right. think that didn't
it
sound
was
like
him.
him. It sounded like a different vocalist came in there for a second. Right there. That sounded like a different vocalist.
He just switched to like a softer delivery, like how do I say that? Added more breath to his voice, or
Man,
like made
it sounded like a
very soft, and
it sounded like a totally different person.
person.
Yeah, it did. It sounded like somebody completely different. That was weird, but okay. This is fucking the right side guitar is just going the fuck off, like just the whole time. It's
I just realized what this whole song reminds me of. Have you heard of a band called Strike Anywhere?
I have not.
I'm pretty
Oh
sure
my
it's
God.
copyrighted, but like whatever.
Oh my God, Strike Anywhere. No. Band. All right, Strike Anywhere is an American punk rock band from Richmond, Virginia.
It's more. I would say it's more of punk hardcore, or borderline something. It's more aggressive than the usual punk rock to me.
I have not heard of this band before.
Dead FM is the album I've heard, like the one I am at least familiar with. No idea how much they've changed throughout the time. Yeah, let's just check it out later.
It's so good though. Like, it's actually really, really good. I know I've been bitching a lot, but it reminds me of, like, because I used to listen to New Found Glory like all the time.
Not familiar with that band.
It's I don't think they got really big. I don't think they got like huge. They were like a really, really, really big deal. It wasn't like, Sum 41 and or like Green Day or there's other pop punk bands that got like so huge that they started doing like world tours and shit like that. I want to say New Found Glory had like two albums and like one hit song. They weren't huge, but they were very good, really, really good to me, and I liked them a lot. And this reminds me a lot of that. But this is faster and more aggressive than New Found Glory is, but it's still very good. It's weird to hear a breakdown in this style. It's kind of weird. It works. I think it works good, and it's just new and different, but I think it sounds okay.
Yeah, I've heard it somewhere. It reminds me of Quicksilver.
Yeah. You're right.
He does that sometimes, like
he does.
with the overdriven and like not distorted guitars, like not the metal sound, but like with his more of a punk rock vibes, and he still can nail like a perfect breakdown in that music. And he incorporates breakdowns in his ska punk or whatever he does really, really well.
Yeah, the what's that Francis Face project? It's Francis Vase and Quicksilver. Something
Lunatics.
Yeah. Lunatics does breakdowns like that. Yeah, it's a happy breakdown. That's kind of what it sounds like to me too.
Oh, I won't say I'm sorry, 'cause maybe I just am part of the bigger plan, so I understand. Oh, I won't say I'm
Got him.
sorry, 'cause maybe I just am part of the bigger plan, so understand. I'll take it sitting down with intuition in my hand. I'll forge myself a world of share, so take my hand. Step make a stand according to my plan. Do you believe, my friend? Do you believe, my friend?
That was a weeb move, you know, like J rockers, J whatever music. They use that like sliding chord when it just first it's one chord and then it just switches to a dominant chord and slides into a minor six. I think either six or the minor like tonic chord. Like this particular like harmonic chord move is just like beaten to death in like J-rock, J-metal music, in my opinion, because like to me J-rock and J-metal, they all sound the same. Well, almost the same. Like they have that like instantly recognizable Japanese vibe. So like whenever I hear that particular part, I'm just, oh, this is clearly inspired by something J something music.
Mm-hmm. Pretty good. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'm wrong on the take, but like, this is what this reminds me of in the first place. So like,
I understand what you're saying. Yeah, that kind of goes along with the territory. Whenever you're doing very, very fast-paced, high-energy pop punk, it has a tendency to take on kind of like the J-rock, because I don't know if I've ever heard like any popular music from like Japan, for instance. I don't think I've ever heard anything come out of there that wasn't at least like 400 beats per minute or some fucking crazy shit. It's insane, and I don't understand it, but you know, it's cool. This was pretty good. This was good. It had a solid composition. It had a pretty good tone to it. It had a fresh and new breakdown that I've never heard something like that before. Well, I have, but not quite like that. Because even the Francis breakdowns in those ska songs with like Quicksilver and whatever, even those would use down-tuned guitars, and it would be pretty slamming, and it would go from like a two-step into a half-step type of shit. So it would sound very metal. It would feel almost metal while being ska at the same time. This maintained the same kind of like upbeat energy even throughout the breakdown. It was really, really interesting, and I enjoyed that quite a bit. So there you go, dbPony, Intuition, cool shit. Hi Hong Sendai. All right, so we're gonna check out Vylet Pony, Bonnie, the Bonbon. I'm pretty sure it's a song.
I'm skipping this one.
You're skipping this one?
Yep. I'm skipping everything with Vylet. So yeah, I'll be out for like 5 or 10 minutes. I'll join with the next song.
Alrighty. This is music, Bonnie. I have, I think we listened to a Vylet Pony song before, and it was, I want to say the Gur shit or whatever, something like that. And so, why Lyra? I don't know. Anyway, it's... Oh, wait. He said that was a solid song about the previous one. This is a Magic Pink Horse submission, so let's check this one out. Bonnie by Vylet Pony. Let's go. I said that the last time we were checking out a song, we did the, you know, where we're gonna credit ourselves, whatever. That's pretty funny.
Ooh, Bonnie, I've been trying to escape from the stupid fucking phase I call love.
It's like the first semi-classic rock song by Vylet.
Oh, Bonnie!
It does have kind of like maybe, well, especially with the crackling or whatever, kind of like recreating the record type of feel. It seems interesting.
Won't you show me how to live?
It does feel a little bit like, you know, the mid 80s style rock.
Been under a rock since I was a feeling. Ooh, oh, Bonnie! Do you remember who I am? You picked me up when I was at my lowest. Oh no. Ooh. Get home at 7 p.m. Nothing to do. Been getting fucked up at school again. Just wanna talk to you. It's been practice for the recital coming up, but I'd rather be online, cause I don't really give a fuck.
You should credit yourself, like, constantly. This is it. Here, I'll write your next here, Google Docs. Let us, here, we'll need a new one. Yeah, we'll write your next one. God credits. You need to do drums programming, like that. Gargod. Guitar programming. Gargod. You know? Vocals? No. Singing vocals. Gargod. Screamed vocals. Gargod. There you go. See? That's how you do it. And we'll just keep going down. Let's see here. You need to do like D#2 MIDI programming, you know? So every time a D#2 note is played, that was programmed by my boy Gargod. Screen vocal, yes. Vocal performance. That was written also by Gargod. And then we need to, yeah, you have mixing. I mean, I can skip so much time. But yeah, you got mixing, Gargod, mastering. Oh my god. Mastering? That was also Gargod. Also, composition. Composition was Gargod. Published. You're putting this in your next description. Published by Gargod. Wait, even better. Credits by me, you know? I wrote out your credits, so I deserve equal credit to all this other stuff. Of course. Of course. Anyway.
Won't you show me how to live? I've been under a rock since I was a feeling. Ooh, oh, Bonnie! Do you remember who I am? You picked me up when I was at my lowest. Oh no, oh Bonnie, oh Bonnie, Bonnie, oh Bonnie, oh Bonnie, Bonnie. Ooh, I've been thinking about you since you left. You said we'd be best friends, but you're stuck in my head. Oh, won't you call me back? Secret ages, sweetie drops. Let's forget this whole facade. My loveliness and hot shot. Ooh, please just call me back. together. It'll be alright. Oh. Did you ever read the letters I sent? I left them on your desk when we were young.
Some of the auxiliary some of the auxiliary sounds are panned a little bit, like some of the drums, but all of the rest of the sounds I'm trying to figure out, because it sounds kind of flat, and I think it's because all the sounds are running up the center, except for some of the auxiliary sounds in the background, like the drums and shit.
Ever read the letters I sent? I left them on your desk when we were young. I felt this way for a really long time, but I was so scared, so scared. Am I normal? Is this feeling right? It's hard to keep on living when I see no light. For a while I got asked, should I fucking die?
I say that, and then the guitars are now doing their own fucking thing, but whatever.
Or who am I? Will I live tonight?
And then, you know, the backup vocals are still double tracked too. Yeah. Oh, okay.
I wish you were easy to tell you the demons I face when I sleep at night. I just wanna look after the soul you let the king. If you won't love yourself, let me hold you and stay. I remember. So let me try again. Let me live again.
And now it's synth pop. I was trying to figure out, you know, something. This style of kind of like, sort of like a rock, while also electronic, type of thing. It has a tendency to resist being put in a box, but I don't know. I'm just not vibing with it. It seems to be quite progressive, but not in a way that has like a common thread. It doesn't seem to go from one thing to the next, or whatever. Like, it doesn't have, what's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't feel cohesive. It kind of feels like we started in one place and then we're just kind of trucking along, going through different sounds. And I don't know. It's just not really speaking to me. Well, alrighty. Yeah, I don't know. It just didn't vibe with me very much. I feel like we started in a place where it was kind of like sort of a mid-'80s sort of like rock tone, and then we kind of went into like more and more electronic, but it didn't really, you know. Then I think somewhere in the middle it just abandoned everything and it just kind of went south. Kind of like the same way that that Snowy Blue song did, where it was okay, it was pretty good right up until the second half, and then it just seemed to take a left turn out of nowhere, and it didn't vibe with me anymore. This beginning part was pretty good. It was not bad, but not for me. Hokily dokily, that was Vylet Pony's Bonnie. And now we're on a Crusader, Warm and Fuzzy, and I'll tag I'll tag the old soul strings.
Why? What for?
Oh, to let you know that we were moving on to Crusader, Warm and Fuzzy.
I just grabbed some water, so we're good. We're good.
I gotcha. He has ads. It is against God.
Better to have ads than AIDS.
I guess so. If I had to pick one, then yes, I'd probably pick ads over AIDS. But
that was a terrible joke. Okay, never mind.
So, is this from a part of a collection, or is this just a single? Seems to be a single. Yes, Gargod remembers the Crusader. Yeah!
I think he will drop a new song either today or tomorrow. I guess. Because, like, I saw it on his Twitter that he's gonna drop a new song in 2 days. That was 2 days ago. But, like, depending on the time zones and all that stuff, I will add it to the list once it's released on YouTube.
Cool.
We'll probably check it out next stream. We'll see.
I like Crusader songs. It's just his shit is so simple yet so appealing and also interesting and kind of complicated. It's just, I don't know. I like Crusader songs. I genuinely like his stuff. It's good stuff. Anyway, Warm and Fuzzy, Crusader. He seems to be dropping most of the pony stuff, and now we're into full furry territory. And we lost another one, boys, but, you know, it happens.
I mean, nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with it or whatever. It's just a sad day for the bronies. We lost another one. We lost another one to the furries.
It isn't?
It's not?
No? Like, who cares?
I don't actually care.
Do whatever you want. Do whatever makes you happy.
No. You have to do what I want you to do. If it does not appeal to my specific, unique sensibilities, then it's wrong and bad.
Come on. Don't turn this stream into the slaughtering.
Okay. Anyway, we've hyped it enough. Let's play it.
Volume is gone. Wait, why don't...
You don't hear it?
I don't hear it because my stream wasn't. Never mind.
Oh. Well, wait. It is a classic Crusader ukulele. He said.
No,
that...
I mean I turned I turned it on again, so it works now. You don't have to describe me the music. I appreciate the gesture, but like, thanks, no thanks.
No problem, no problem. I got you. All right.
Like the fluffiest blanket around me, like a cup of hot chocolate or tea, like the scent coming from a pot of coffee. How many ways can I say that you make me feel so warm and fuzzy, like on a sunny day when the rays hit me, like PJs coming right out of the dryer, like on a snowy night sitting by the fire. I walk in air so high, touch the stars, strut in rhythm while I sing and scat a few bars. There I go again.
That's awesome. I didn't know he could do that. I don't know.
He keeps doing that scat thing. I've heard it before. Wait. Wait. Hold on. Let me check, because like something tells me I've heard this song before. Let me see. Yes.
Really?
I've left him some feedback on 22nd of September when he was working on this song. I recognize that scat thingo, and I left some, well, like kind of detailed feedback as I usually do. So, yeah.
I hate that it's called scatting. Furries have fucking ruined my brain.
Is there a different meaning for that word?
Yes.
Furry fandom?
Yes.
Is it like something very not safe for Fritzy?
Yes, it's gross, and yeah. Are you familiar with the meme 2 Girls, 1 Cup?
No.
No?
But I catch your drift.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. Okay, whatever. I regret asking already. I'm not Googling that or anything, but like...
Good.
Okay.
Do not Google it. Holy shit.
Yeah, when folks say like don't Google this or that, I'd rather listen. My own experience. Don't Google Godsey, for example, and you know how this ends. You know.
You're right.
Anyways, yeah, I recognize this song. I knew that sounded familiar, but I guess he improved it. That's why I did not recognize it like from the first notes. Like, damn, he made it sound better. He improved it. I'm pretty sure of it.
It fit right in. It almost sounded like he was going to be doing vocals, like actual like words or whatever. But it was just a whatever. I cannot do that shit at all. So
that was a great addition.
Like a bear hug or my favorite sweater, you make the icy night breeze feel a little better. I could run down the streets and swing around the street lights and sing about this feeling out loud from the city's heights. I could sing the whole day all about how I feel inside. I could write many songs all about how I feel inside. Sometimes I talk too much when I just want to say one thing. Whenever you're around, I'm nothing but warm and fuzzy inside. Yeah.
Yes, he did the thing. We need to. Somebody needs to get on that. We need to make that meme of the Crusader say the line. Yeah, and they're like, yay, Anyway.
Get ready for it.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Fuzzy little slippers, a scarf around my neck, my favorite marshmallow coat, check looks like I'm all set. Who doesn't love to bundle up when the winter comes? We'll step our way to the cafe and rhythm like a booming bass drum. When we're
I love these guitars. He's got kind of like a skipping bullshit in the background on the left speaker, and then on the right he's got kind of like a little lead that's like that shit's fucking fire as hell.
back home, we'll watch your favorite movie under 1, 2, 3 fleece blankets shared by you and me. Light a scented candle, maybe make some more coffee with ice cold milk, sugar, and lots of honey. Even little things others wouldn't care about are 1,000 times better every time that you're around. My drink is more sweet, my home is more in need. The best times when we're by the fire putting up our feet. I could sing the whole day all about how I feel inside. I could write many songs all about how I feel inside. Sometimes I talk too much when I just want to say one thing. Whenever you're around, I'm nothing but warm and fuzzy inside.
Could we stop right here and talk shit about this bass guitar tone?
Nope.
No? Okay.
Nope.
Zibbity bazzo ba do ba day.
This lead guitar is pretty fucking neat. I think he said something on Twitter about he was going to experiment with other instruments and other like distorted guitars and stuff like that. And I think he did pretty good. He did okay here for sure. This is a welcome addition to the mix, and it's pretty good. Yeah. He did the thing. Overall, it's good. It's another just genuinely one of those authentically upbeat Crusader songs that's just scatology predates furry. Okay.
I honestly prefer this type of pop punk music over the high energy pop punk.
Yeah. Over the kind of like the J-rock type of shit where it's at 200 beats per minute.
This is just so comfy, It's
Yeah.
comfy and almost like intimate, comfy and cute. And it's I don't know. It sounds wholesome. It's enjoyable and gives a good vibe. Not like the overly energized, like fun type of vibe. Like comfy vibe. Comfy. Very comfy.
This is Warm and Fuzzy by Crusader as covered by Quicksilver.
Here we go. Fuzzy whale slippers, struck down my neck. My favorite marshmallow coach, checklist like I'm all set. Who doesn't want to bundle love when the winter comes? Step away, make a thing, rhythm like a beanie bass drum. When the back.
And then we've got to fucking break it down. You're like, warm and fuzzy. That kind of shit. There you go. No, but it's good. I think you're right. It is. It's the point of the song is warm and fuzzy, comfortable, comfy, that kind of shit. And so, yeah, I think he nailed it. I think you're right. He did. He totally nailed that vibe in a sound, and he also experimented with something new at the same time while maintaining that comfort. And it's just interesting. Crusader is really, really impressive. A really impressive musician. I would like it, but it's at 69. So it cannot get any more likes than that. Nice.
Wait, can it?
No, it can, but it's at 69, and I don't want to ruin it.
Press F5.
What?
F5.
F5?
F5.
Oh no!
Did that for you. Made you click.
Teehee made you click. All right, so that was Crusader, Warm and Fuzzy. Really good stuff. I like Crusader. He's always so good. Disidetracked. Distracted.
I left a timestamp on the song you wanted to cover specifically.
Yes, this is the kid, if I remember correctly, because there's so many of them. This is a guy. He's from the Oklahoma area, and he wanted one of his songs. No, well, he didn't want one of his songs covered. But I told him, I was like, when you do this EP thing, look at that. He has 1 subscriber. I wonder who that is. Anyway, he's he this is his first foray into making music. It looks like he's trying to go with like a Thrasher type vibe, That's what this reminds me of. But I don't know. I have not listened to it. I was like, I want this to be fresh on stream. So this is Distracted, Nonsensical Parallel Universe is the full EP. This song is called Breathe.
Disidetrackted.
Disidetrackted. I have no idea. Anyway.
Disidetrack Ted? Who's Ted? Anyways.
Detrackted. Okay. Let's check this out. This is, yeah. It's a portmanteau of sidetrack and distracted. I understand. having it was a vibe to begin with.
It still is.
It's
Still
a
a huge
vibe.
vibe.
Yeah, I mean it's a vibe.
This is incredibly like solid musically. Like I can hear there are some notes that sound a little bit off here and there, mostly in the chorus when that in the third quarter, in the bass line or in the left speaker or something like that. But like that's not important. Like it is solidly built musically. So like you have a solid and comprehensive structure. You have proper like addition of the instruments, like step by step when you introduce newer instruments to it. You have proper like melodic decisions, like you have very distinguishable melodic lines. They are memorable. They work together and they are just catchy. You're just waiting for what comes next. Like how will this track progress, like as it goes, and then you have the solid like harmonic basis. So like not only you have like 4 chords looped and just like mashing random synths and random melodies here and there to make it sound like, oh, I'm putting so many notes in there, so many like melodic lines and all that. No, he just kept it all simple and it worked. It sounds like it's done with a sense of meaning, like when you have a clear vision of how do you want your track to sound, when you have a clear vision on how do you want it to progress, how do you want it to be structured, what kind of parts you want to introduce next, how would you like vary this thing or that thing, how do you like develop like melodies, how do you like work on the world building of a track. This is greatly done here.
I think that the half steps, because there was a couple of points where the melody was it would have kind of a half step between because there's a clear melody that's going on, but then for some reason between some of the notes there would be like a half step, and it felt like it fit in there though, like it was it would be discordant for like one beat, and then it would half step up again and it would be all in line again. That was pretty neat. That was pretty cool.
That was, I'm pretty sure that's an artistic choice in the first place. And second, it's not chaotic if you can control that chaos. Like you can play the wrong notes as long as you can explain those notes. And like that's an old saying in jazz music. Yeah, like if you can't play cool, play slow. Like if you can't play fast, like just play simple, etc. And as long as you can explain what those notes are doing in the mix, or like melodically explain them in this canvas, you're all good. Like if you can explain what those notes are doing, maybe it's just how do you say this? How do I say this in English? Damn, I don't know. Like maybe it was an accident. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. Like if it works, if it does not sound like it was made bad because you suck at musical taste or music building, or if you suck at explaining your music, if you suck at giving a proper and just comprehensive meaning to your music, then it's a different case. But like here, I think it all makes sense. It sounded a little bit off, but it gave it like a tiny little spice, to the melody. That's what I'm
especially
saying.
In a composition that's this like simple.
Where
it's not quite simple because there's a lot of layers to it, so it's not simple. It sounds simple, but I'm sure if we broke it down, it would be a little bit more complicated than it's like leading itself on to be. So it's humble in that way. I really like the drum samples. So, which is weird because during the Snowy Blue song, the drums felt too aggressive. Here we have like a really chill vibe in the instrumental, but then we've got the drums are the samples being used are really aggressive, but they're dialed back in volume, so I feel like it works. That really aggressive sound while also being that far behind the guitars, it kind of works. It's new, it feels experimental, and it's neat. Soul talking facts, you can make artistic decision, but they should explain themselves somewhat, or at least leave hints why it's made that way. Yeah, well, because there was multiple times it felt like as we cycled through the melody where there would be points where we would take half steps, so it would be a half step down, and then it would feel a little discordant, and then on the next beat it would be another half step, and then it would be all in line again. And it was really neat where it was like, I don't know, I guess if we were talking about like the symbology of it, it would sound like you're just barely hanging on to sanity type of thing. But it's neat. It's really, it's actually kind of a neat song.
I would only complain about the drum parts themselves. Like, the samples are good, but I would probably like rearrange the drum parts a little bit. Maybe I'll add more cymbals to it. Maybe just rearrange the whole beat, because it feels kind of empty. Like there's a kick, there's a snare, and it's too simple for this type of music. Like you don't have to do a lot, but some addition and some just comb those drum parts a little bit.
For context, I made this song during a mental struggle. It helped me a lot when things were rough. I would take a walk and listen to this, calm a bit. It's like chaos comes from that. I got you.
There's an explanation. Perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So the drums, I would say, probably need a little bit more expansion. I like the samples being used, but it sounds like we've got the snare drum, the bass drum, and a closed hi-hat. And I don't think that we're really moving away from that really at all. And then we've got kind of this very strict 4/4 do-chat, beat going on, except for in the beginning. In the beginning, we had kind of like an interesting, asymmetrical, lopsided type of beat going on. And then once we got into that, kind of a slow two-step, that do-chat, then it seemed to not really diverge from that at all. So I think that would be the only thing probably that I would do differently is provide a little more variance in the drums, the same way that the guitars or whatever these synths are, I'm not sure that those are guitars, the way that they seem to have a lot of variance in them and a lot of artistic choices and a lot of like interpretation involved. But yeah, anyway, let's keep going. Well, we've got a little bit of a rim click there. That's not bad, especially after, we had that build up, a lot of intensity, and now the click is keeping time, as we're resolving. Pretty cool. We've got kind of like a splash here, but the thing is, I think this is going to be sort of my only complaint with this track so far, is passages like these where we're building back into this thing, and then all of the bass synths come in and we build up into what I think is maybe a chorus, right here, where you can hear it fading in. But the instrument or the drums are suddenly aggressive. They didn't really build up a whole lot, but the instrumental didn't really lead into that drop, or like it didn't really, get us in on one. It didn't count us off, for instance. Where there wasn't any particular part that said, okay, here is the top of the beat is coming, did it, where we have a pause or something like that. It just kind of builds, and then suddenly we've got two-step, and it seems very sudden, and I feel like that can be a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? That can be a little more clear, what beat we're on, that is, type of thing. Leading the ear a little bit better through those passages like this. But the rest of it's good. It's a neat composition. Like these passages right here are fucking fantastic, where we had this bass synth that came in that really hasn't been heard before, and it underlined the keys. The keys are kind of playing a lead, but they're in the background, so the synth that came in it really underlined that and was just like, we're doing something different now, and it is building in intensity as we go along. It's pretty neat. It's really good. Kind of ended sort of on an off note, which kind of went along with the rest of the theme, like the theme of the rest of the song. And it sounds like we're going to drone into the next track. Yeah. So, and that's the title track. That was pretty good. I think I've said all I've wanted to say about it, though, but so there's not really a point in doing like final thoughts or whatever. But that was that was pretty cool, especially for your first foray into music. Jesus Christ, my very first songs that I created were ooh boy, unlistenable garbage is an understatement. But yeah,
I'm getting post metal vibes from that. Like if it be played on real instruments, like by like a real band, that would be very like post metal, like black-ish post metal, maybe like hardcore black metal, post metal, some stuff.
Now, I wonder, that would be an interesting sound if we had a little bit, if we had an expansion on the arrangement for the drums. I think that this could be, what was that called? I laughed my ass off about it. It's kind of like doom metal, like depressive, suicidal, something.
DSBM?
Yes, whatever that is.
Well, that's kind of different vibe, Like it's not exactly bad.
Hmm.
Let me just find an example. when I'm thinking of music reviews, because I wrote about it.
Uh-oh.
I forgot the name of the.
Since the start of the stream, disidetrackted or whatever. Fuck.
What?
However you say this, disidetrackted, I think. Okay. Since we started the stream, disidetrackted has had a 200% increase in the number of subscribers. Look at that. Remember me when you get huge, when you're like giant and famous. You know, if we stretch this out, if we project this out into the next, whatever.
Okay, found it. It's a band called Rosetta. And yeah, and their 2005 album, The Galilean Satellites, I think that's how it's pronounced. The thing about that album was that they released 2 versions of it. 2 versions that are meant to play simultaneously. So like 5 tracks in each side, named differently. One is like a full metal mix, and and on the second side, like second CD or whatever, it's just ambient noises and additional like vocals, other instruments, more on the ambient side of their music. And when you when you listen to 2 sides simultaneously, they get combined. So like, damn. They thought about it as an experience that you will listen to 2 records at the same time. No idea how are you supposed to combine them, but like that's probably like possible somehow. There is an already like combined and mixed version on the internet, but like they released their album as it is, like 10 tracks, 5 plus 5, and with the intentions of listeners to listen to them simultaneously. So that's like mind-blowing approach to their music. I don't know. And so that particular album like reminded me of, well, this is what this track reminded me of. Yeah, basically.
I gotcha. It is 2:30, which means let's do a rando.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna have to go get the kid from school. So we are starting from 11, or no, 12 to
131.
131. 12. Wait. Shit. 12 to 131. The numbers, Mason. 97.
Mason is in the school.
Acid Enema. And it was submitted by Madoka, so I'm sure it's gonna be.
Okay.
Here for me is the Google
Acid Enema.
The title is like the project title is already frightening.
Yeah.
Acid
Blackened
Enema.
Speed Core. Oh no.
Okay. How long is that?
4.5 or no, almost 5 minutes.
Wait. 5 minutes of blackened speedcore?
Yeah, it says black metal influenced speedcore.
Okay, we're up for a trip, I guess.
I'm not sure how those go together, because I thought black metal was like slow, like almost sludgy type of shit.
Black metal, you clearly haven't listened to a lot of black metal, I'm pretty sure.
No, I guess not. Black metal. Like, give me some examples of black metal.
Let's say
Mayhem, Burzum, Dark Throne, Bathory.
Don't do the like true cold black metal. This is just garbage made for funsies. When they just burn churches, killed people, like
so like Dimmu Borgir. I've heard Dimmu Borgir before. Hello, J Doggone. Cradle of Filth is black metal.
Sort of, I guess. That's like gothic.
I thought it was like Celtic gothic type of stuff.
Well, that's borderline something.
Okay.
I'm just not a fan of like true so-called like quote unquote true black metal and such.
I gotcha.
I am of that opinion that black metal is not needed anymore at all.
Oh yeah.
as
That
a genre,
it's archaic.
Because the one musician I am like whose music I am obsessed with, he said it all in black metal. Black metal is not needed anymore. That's it.
All right.
Black metal puppets? Are you going for like super black metal and stuff?
Yeah, have you seen this? The Fat Ed's Furry Fucking Guide to Metal?
Yes.
So good.
And lounge.
My favorite part is when he talks about the different genres.
Yeah.
he said that you have to name your band something that related to death, fire, dead animals, and the lower intestines. Metal comes in many different forms.
Different forms. Industrial metal. Scandinavian new metal. Vegetarian progressive grindcore. Black metal. Super black metal. And lounge.
Oh, shit. That is so true, though, because unironically, people who don't listen to metal, whenever you say, oh, yeah, this is this particular subgenre of metal, they're like, okay, that sounds exactly like what we were listening to before and after that. Like, people who are not metalheads cannot tell the difference. So it's funny to me. Anyway, let's check out this Blackened Speedcore. I'm interested. Is this the black metal part? The 1 minute of kind of like single keys and droning, or I don't know. We're a minute in and I'm bored of it already. The Oli Bibli. Speaking of cigarettes, when you're trying to quit smoking, you will be absolutely blown away by the number of people that smoke in movies and TV. It's unreal. Like, it's so crazy to me. Literally everyone in not literally, but like everyone in movies and TV smokes, and you just can't escape it. It's everywhere. It's unreal. It's crazy.
To me, that I don't watch TV and I don't watch any movies.
Yeah. They titled it, ironically, maybe, Intolerable Intolerable Apathy, right?
Actually, this sounds and look like they made it look and sound very dramatic. It's about like black metal be like that sometimes, especially like so cold true black metal. It's about the aesthetics.
Mythbusters has ruined me. So he tossed a cigarette on the Bible and it lit on fire. But I know that there aren't really any accelerants that can be ignited by a cigarette, because the cherry on a cigarette isn't hot enough to ignite like a liquid for some reason. They would light a
Bible
cigarette.
is made of gasoline.
Yeah, even then, whenever the what's it called? On
It was
the
already on fire.
It was
Haven't you
already
read
on
the
fire.
Bible?
I thought the
Haven't you-
implication being that he threw the cigarette onto the Bible and then it caught on fire or something, because it wasn't on fire in the previous frame.
Haven't you read the Bible? It was already on fire.
Oh well,
I haven't read it, but I assume it was on fire. Okay, here comes the blackness.
Oh my God.
Well, they basically slammed the speedcore drums into like true black metal. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Case closed. We can move on.
It's really something. What is it? I had this meme that I had this meme. I can't remember. I'm not going to go dig it up or whatever, but it was like the not Wojaks. It was the guys that it's just a profile of their face, and the one guy is like it's black metal musicians, and the one guy goes, "Man, your guitar tone is fucking awful," and the other guy's like, "Thank you, I appreciate that." Yeah, because god damn, it sounds like shit. There's no low end at all in the mix. It's just like,
You don't need it in black metal. There are only like buzzing guitars and the blast beats and the screaming. That's black metal. I mean,
Oh my
that's
God.
classic true black metal to you. Like,
you are correct then. Whenever you said that this shit is obsolete, this is an archaic musical form, I am in full agreement. I feel like this is what this is how non-metal heads feel listening to like good metal. This is what it sounds like to them, I bet. The other guitarist wasn't invited to the shed. No. It's got weird like electronic hardcore drums, that weird kind of like boom 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 sound, whatever. That's an interesting crossover, I guess. I don't know.
well, like I said, I just slammed speedcore drums and true black metal and called it a day. That's it.
He said that's the weakest. That's the weakest ass speedcore I've ever heard. It is. I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of experience with speedcore, but I am not enjoying this.
It has a certain appeal to that, but that's not my jam. I'm just gonna say that. Like, it's not my thing, but I'm pretty sure there are folks that enjoy that stuff.
Well, there has to be, because they got 1,200 views on it. Well, I guess it is 3 years old, but even then, the Speedcore network is has 6,000 subs on it, so they can't be all bad.
The kick drum left the galaxy.
It was
Light speed. Ludicrous speed.
Oh, that's so stupid. All right, 20 seconds left. Ugh. He said, I like speedcore sometimes, but that's just weak and uninteresting compared to actual speedcore.
I'm not familiar with speedcore.
Me
I'm
neither.
familiar with black metal, and this particular type of black metal does not work for me at all. Combined with the genre I'm not familiar with and that I don't listen to usually, that's not a very good combination for me.
Mm-hmm. So I guess for the top comment is the most black metal influenced speedcore I have ever heard. Smiley face. It's not necessarily an endorsement of the song. Best song so far. You would. Gargod would give it that review. Yeah, that's.
Can we end the stream on something different, please?
Yeah.
if it's gonna be if it's gonna be short.
Let us.
No, I mean random.
Oh, random. Random number generator.
Okay,
130,
12,
131.
12.
29.
Let's see.
Regurgitation of shit. I can't stop killing ponies.
Called it. Okay.
Or
that,
or the horse agrees.
This one will be wholesome. This is wholesome because we've checked the Sea Cow, the album version. Now this is a live version, it's slightly different, and like the way they perform it just adds a lot.
Okay, let us check it out. I've got time. Yeah, we can check this out. The horse agrees. The Sea Cow. And we'll check out Regurgitation of shit next stream. I have. Yeah. Anyway. The cowboy. I got you. It's a manatee cowboy. I get it. I understand. Manatee restored. I like to think of this angle as more of a, centering on the stingray rather than the vocalist. Wait, are they from my neck of the woods? I recognize this Quick Trip cup. So they've got to be, you know, in my area because Quick Trip is small. They're not, you know.
No, I mean, Pegasus is probably from Texas.
Quick Trip, based in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Operates in the Midwestern, Southern, and Southeastern United States, as well as Arizona. So,
yeah, he is from Texas.
Okay, yeah. So they are from my neck of the woods. It's fucking awesome. Stallion is gonna dox horse agrees.
No, dude.
No.
Yes, I know that it's not too late. I have always been the same old way. Yes, I know things are not looking great. Everybody.
They spread out a bit from a slut, yeah, but they're mostly a thing in Tulsa. I don't know. I think you're from my neck of the woods too. But the in Tulsa, there's like a Quick Trip. I swear to fucking God, like on every square mile, there's at least one Quick Trip. It's unreal the number of Quick Trips we've got.
Just wants me to change. Yes, I know that it's getting late. And everyday people just hesitate. While we waste away, you do what you want. One day you'll take a swim and I'll be gone. Yes, I know that it's not too late. I have always been the same old way. Yes, I know things are not looking great. Everybody just wants me to change. Everybody just wants me to change. Everybody just wants me to change.
Huh, that was kind of neat. They did pretty good. That vocalist kills it though. He just is really good. I think I said that last time that I was impressed with his vocals. It's just like this sort of like upbeat yet aggressive tone that he can take in these vocals. He's so good. And then this backing vocalist is a great contrast to that. And yeah, it's a really fun song. They're so good. I am very impressed with them. I am already subscribed. I'll throw them a like because I'll call this what is it? What is the drum? Here, we'll help them out. There you go. It's a blast beat. So we'll throw a like on there. But yeah, that was pretty good. That was a lot of fun. That was on December the 5th. It's cool. I liked that. Reminds me of Dead Milkmen a bit. I don't know what Dead Milkmen is. But I will check it out. It reminds me, the problem with The Horse Agrees is that it reminds me of Horse the Band. But that's only in name only. It doesn't sound like, yeah, it doesn't sound like, they don't sound like them at all, but the band name reminds me of that. There's actually one song really quick. I don't know if it's Electric Six. I don't know if it's copyrighted or not. Ow, fuck, it is. but this this song is hysterical.
Uncensored? Are you sure you want to?
Yeah,
watch it on stream. So.
Oh yeah, the censored version, he doesn't say war. In the censored version, he says, I want to start up, and it doesn't say war. But in the uncensored version, he says war. But it's really, really good. This is a great song, and the music video is fucking hysterical, but it's copyrighted, so we're not going to watch it on stream. But I will drop it in stream text because it's a lot of fun, and I'm going to see if I can do like a ponyfied version of it. I was thinking about, instead of at the gay bar, it would be like in Equestria or some shit like that. I'll try to figure something out, but that's the idea. Anyway, it kind of, the tone of it and the vibe that this song gives is a little bit like Electric Six to me. But anyway, it is almost 3:00, and I got to go get my kid from school at 3, so I'm gonna have to dash out of here. But we appreciate you all joining us. This has been this was really fun. This was good. I liked this quite a bit. We listened to Bloodlast, some dbPony, Snowy Blues first song, a lot of people's first tries at music, and so it was good. It's a good time. No war equals not American. I'm pretty sure Electric Six is not American. Oh my god, it is an American rock band. Wow. I would have never guessed from the sound. Anyway, we're going to see y'all later. I appreciate y'all joining us. Bye.